Okay, so I'm just gonna really quickly put the ones that I think that you're gonna say F because we could spend a lot of time on this.
Yeah.
So Salidos Amigos, the Three Caballeros,
Tres Caballeros.
Tres Caballeros, Make Mine Music, Melody Time, Fun and Fancy Free. These are all like really old.
Yeah.
Kind of like nobody actually watches these.
Well, I'm gonna actually no. I actually like a couple of those.
Okay.
I'm not Saludos Amigos, but Fun and Fancy Free and what was the other one?
Melody Time, Make Mine Music, Tres Caballeros.
I mean, really, it's just.
Okay, so you'd move this one up.
I'd move that one up to there, and maybe Melody Time, only because there's like a bunch of shorts and like.
Okay.
If you want, like, they for what they are, they're fine, right? They don't make me mad. They don't make me like, oh, that is a waste of time. Like, there's all like, it's got Mickey and the Beanstalk, and it's got, there's a bunch that are like that. There's like, no, this is fine. Like, I think there are worse ones. That's
so there's this other ones like Ichabod,
like Home on the
Mr.
Range.
Toad.
Like, put Home on the Range in the F category.
Home on the Range is bad. Bolt
so
is bad. Meet the Robinsons, I might put that down.
I actually love Meet the Robinsons.
Okay, so you put that up higher.
I'd put it in.
We'll put it in C for now.
I'd give it a B actually, but that's.
You wait till this fills out. I think.
Sure.
Okay. Other bad ones that you for sure see on here. Maybe what is it? The Black Cauldron. Would you?
Dinosaur. Fantasia 2000.
Yeah. Again, like I know people have nostalgia for these, but like I look at this as like realistically, it's like people are not watching these. Like,
well, and I mean, and that's you're doing tier lists, and so it's I mean, the Aristocats is not good. And part of this is like, which of these are you going to ever watch again? Or which of them, when somebody says, "Oh, I've never seen that," you go, "What? You've never seen that?" Right? Like, like if somebody told me they'd never seen Dinosaur, it's not like I'm going to be like, "Oh, you need to watch Dinosaur."
What? You'd be like, right? You're not missing much.
Like I don't feel like people need to see Treasure Planet. I don't feel like people need to see.
Some people are pretty in on Treasure Planet.
I know it's millennials.
I feel that's
That's where they saw it at a prime time, so it's purely nostalgia driven. If they watched it now, they would be like. Eh.
So the C category in my mind has a lot of like old. Like Bambi and Snow White and Pinocchio. I'd actually probably put Dumbo down. Dumbo's a real bad movie.
Yeah.
Cinderella.
Cinderella I think is better. I think I'd put Cinderella as a B, but that's...
Peter Pan. Again, these are all like... They're not bad, but they're just like old and...
Yeah.
Like I'd put like...
And they feel dated. Lilo and Stitch I think is pretty bad. I'd put that in the D category, personally. Yeah.
Okay, and we're churning through these here. Don't worry. Brother Bear, I would say, is like not great.
No, I mean, at this point, and Snow White's not great either. At really this point, I feel like it's almost worth starting at the top and going down. It's
well, so we've gotten rid of the junk. Okay, so now.
Well, I think there's a handful in there that we're gonna have to debate here, but
yeah.
I think for sure in the top you can put Beauty and the Beast and Aladdin and Little Mermaid, like the whatchamacallit. Yeah, the Disney Renaissance. I'd put Mulan up there. I'd put Emperor's New Groove up there. I'd put Moana. Did you put Moana up there?
I am Moana. Sorry, I'm looking for it here. There it is. Aladdin and Moana. Yeah, to me, those are like...
I think that's it that I'd put in the top tier.
Yeah.
There's a handful
I would even argue, like, in my mind, even though I love Emperor's New Groove and Milan, like, there's a case to be made that they are not in the same... case as these, like, Beauty and the Beast.
Yep. Sure, I'd concede that. Go put those in the A category.
Because I'd put like Hercules in this like A category, like almost amazing.
I'd put Tangled up there, and I'd put I'm a Princess and the Frog apologist. I like that one.
I think it's better than people give it credit for sure.
I put Tarzan there.
Yes, Tarzan
also
for sure is. Yep,
in the
I agree.
A category.
Yeah, there's a bunch, like a lot of the Rescuers and the Great Mouse Detectives and the, rescuer type movies, which I think are all fine. 101 Dalmatians, Jungle Book, which are like, again, all kind of C, middle of the road.
Yep.
Like
Robin Hood, I might put in the top category.
You put it in the very top?
In the S, yeah. I think Robin Hood is a masterpiece.
Robin Hood is very good. Pocahontas, I think, is down here in B.
Yeah, I don't really care for Pocahontas. I feel like I could shake up the B and the C. I would put Big Hero 6 and Wreck-It Ralph in the B category.
Yep, I think they're kind of. Oh, Frozen, I would probably put. I mean, there's a case to put it in S.
No, it's not an S. I'll give you an A though.
Yeah, Zootopia, I think, is also an A. Wreck-It Ralph 2, I thought was not good, but it's at least a C. And Frozen 2, I thought was also not good. So then, and now we're at Raya, right? So in my mind, it is like between a B and a C. Like it's like at the top end of the C and at the low end of the B.
Yeah, I mean, because of the way you have this set up, because I think we could probably shift a bunch of those C categories down into the Ds.
Sure.
In which case, they would probably be firmly in the C category. But I could leave it in a B. I feel okay with a B.
Like to me, it's the best C movie or the worst B movie. You know.
Yeah, you might as well put it in B because technologically and like visually, like that alone. I mean, that's really what Big Hero 6 has going for it. Is like, wow, it's like really great visually.
Yeah, it
has problems. I might put Winnie the Pooh up in B but that might be just nostalgia driven.
Yeah,
what's next to Winnie the Pooh?
Peter Pan or Hunchback?
It's Treasure Planet to the left of Winnie the Pooh.
Oh, I think there's two Winnie the Poohs.
Is
Treasure
there?
Planet. There's Winnie the Pooh, and then there's two of them. I don't know the difference. Maybe the Great Snuffleupagus or whatever it is, Humpalumpagus.
The Heffalump movie.
That's what it is.
But that wasn't. I don't think that went to theaters, and so I'm not sure which one is which there. I mean, it's probably that one is the old one, and then there was a one that came out in 2000. I actually remember really liking it, but I can't remember.
Yeah. Again, I think again, they're fine. Like I personally love 101 Dalmatians. That has a soft spot for me, but like I know it's not. I
recognize that that's not great.
Yeah. See, I would actually bump Cinderella back down here. I think Cinderella, at least the cartoon, is like got a fair amount of problems.
Well, then so Pocahontas has to go down there as well.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
And I think I'd is that Frozen 2 that you have?
You'd bump it up.
I think I'd bump it up.
Yeah, I got big problems with Frozen 2, but I'll give it to you
it has problems. Don't get me wrong, but it also has a lot of good. Did you watch the documentary on Disney Plus about it? It's real interesting.
It kind of got stuck in production hell and like.
Yeah, well, no, I think it moved really fast. Yeah, but they definitely changed a bunch of stuff, and it's interesting. Like they documented a bunch of stuff. Like for example, like originally in the cave scene. I don't know. I'm sure how many times you've seen or how familiar you are with it. Spoiler for Frozen 2. You didn't expect that, guys. But like originally in the end, the person who was calling her was not her mother. It was like her self from the future, like a potential, like her potential or something like that. And then they realized that wasn't being like they didn't make any sense. And they like tested it, and people were like, I don't get that at all. And so they're like scrambles, like, and somebody's like, well, what if we made it her mom? And they're like, oh yeah, that works. And then they like retrofitted all this stuff, and it's just kind of fascinating that you could get that far along, and like that's like the climax of the movie, and like anyway.
Yeah.
So I feel okay about this ranking. The C is muddled a little bit.
Yeah, and potentially you could throw in another tier. There's a bunch that are hard to rank, like something like The Fox and the Hound, which is like hard to place, like especially comparatively. Like some of these, when you start to compare them, you're like, well, like Wreck-It Ralph 2 and Lady and the Tramp are like hard to compare.
Yeah. But when it comes down to, I mean, it depends on how you're like what your rubric for measuring these
Sure.
things.
Yeah.
Right. So
it's I would say it's an aggregate of like most of what makes a movie good, and there are some things. So like I think to your point, the technological aesthetic of Raya and Big Hero 6, like that knocks them up, even though their stories aren't
because they're
as
visually like, especially when you compare it to watching Pinocchio or something like that. It's like
right.
Like it even for the time, Pinocchio was pretty technologically good, but like just you can't argue the fact that like this one looks prettier than this one, right?
7,
And
9, 10,
that's what you're gonna get from any of the more modern ones. It's just gonna have more visually.
So
done.
so in my mind, I've got 16 movies ahead of Raya, Raya and the Last Dragon. Again, 94% of Rotten Tomatoes. Like I can't get on board with that. And yeah, it's a really bummer because like it like when you compare it to especially something like Moana, like Moana does a really similar story. Also like the bad guys, like not really, it's not what you think it is, but it's like way better characterization on her. And
that's the problem is that it is the story itself is good and the visuals are good and there's so much good in there, but the execution it kind of feels like
it's like why'd you decide to do that?
That's too bad that they kind of messed that one up. But,
anyways, we'll make a screenshot of this, post it on our socials in case you want to see what we think, as well as a link to do this yourself. Tier List Maker is a fun website. I'm sure we'll be back on here.
Yeah.